Let me see what happened here. I'm seeing what happened. I just popped on a different one, but it might still show I'm live. So, let me see what the other one says. I don't know what happened. I never know what happens. It's the craziest. It's the craziest thing. It says continue. Customize. What? Is the other one gone? I can't wait, you guys. I'm just checking. I'm checking this out because I don't know what just happened. I'm going to wait for you guys to come back in. I may have to start from the beginning again, but that's okay. We've got you all. We're going to get it in here slowly. I'm going in to see if I should delete the other one. If it might be gone. Stranger things have happened here at WCIA Network. Many times while I am live, this is what happens. So it says I was on for 16 minutes. So we're going to continue on this one. It's a continuation, obviously. And I don't know why the other one ended the way it ended, but it did. So this is going to be continued live stream. I'm putting. Okay. I'm just going to put continued live stream. I'm going to put up a little thumbnail and then we will get going. Let's see if I could select one here. I don't know what just happened, you guys. I have to at all. And I don't think it's going to let me do that either. So I'm not going to do that. All right, you guys. So we're starting over. I might delete the other one depending. It was a really good beginning. But here we go again. Welcome on in to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. I don't know what just happened. It makes sense to me. It was just cut off. There's no reason for it. But welcome on back, you guys. I hope you come on in. The other one ended, and I might probably just delete it. So welcome on in to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The photo I'm showing you is what I was speaking about. I'm speaking about the children. I'm speaking about their process that they go through, the information that is shown to me in very amazing ways. They've shown to me within photos of videos and footage from YouTube creators that I continuously follow. This part of the process, the eyes, is a major part of this sacrifice, whatever they're doing to the children. And what I'm showing here is our photos, the closest that I have of photos, where this takes place and where this particular part of the sacrifice takes place. I started my live out showing you a child's eye. The child's eye, let me show you again, looks like this. I've shown this many times. I've shown the children's eyeballs. I've shown you what is within the eyes. Once in a while, it will show crystal clear, like this. And the father of this child, allegedly, has the same thing. His actually look more like the pins that I show you guys. See? That is called an element. These are called pieces of equipment. They're real. They use them. And for some reason, this is what is coming up first within my presentation today. Every time I try to go away from it, it came back to this little guy. This little thing is what I told you guys is the golden nugget. This is something that is completely understandable to those that have been victimized and part of this process. This is the little golden nugget. This is something that is so valuable to those that are hiding behind the darkness of what they're doing. So when I get things like this, and I'm able to show you images of what's so important to them, I show it to the best of my ability. I show it to you as it is the truth from how I see it to be. There's been no evidence proving I'm right or wrong. This is just information that comes over and over and over. This has something very big to do with the eyes. These are the pieces found within these creators' videos that I follow. These little pins are of importance. So when you see these things flying around and you're like, what the fuck is that? It's something. Because the people you see here are the ones that are receiving it. Those are the victims. These are the victims. They know that this is where you go. I have shown this. This isn't even from Summer Moon Wells, the Wells. This I believe was from maybe Ernie. I don't remember. But you go into these. Oh, Andrew Hilt. You go years ago. You go into these tunnels. This is happening beneath. So everything I'm going to show you today, understand that it's not just, it may show you it's happening within someone's home or within someone's apartment or within like the Beeston Bunch's house. It's not. It's not. Well, this comes from Debunked. It's happening from beneath your feet. It's happening in here, under the ground, under the tunnels. This is from Debunked. You see this? 2009, Bumpus Cove Cemetery. This is what I have been showing is on the victims. This is stuff I'm showing today. Everything that this channel has shown us from 2009 continues today. The fingers, the eyes, the hands, the rooms behind her, all of it. All of it is called the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children, the Summer Moon Wells Victims, and that includes every case I have talked about thus far. The eyes. The eyes. The eyes. Hold the truth. Candace knows the truth. These are sacrifices I'm showing you today. This is information that hasn't stopped showing itself for years. I'm going to show you information on Michael Vaughn. This is information, you guys, in photos that speak and say, come get us. This is our story. Somebody listen to our story. Why aren't they listening to our story? Why aren't they seeing this stuff on my mom? Because all it's there for is to help the children receive justice. So when I give a story and I come on here and I spend a full day getting ready to show you guys information, it's not so easy, boom, bang, boom, for it to gather together. It takes some time. And then it takes some time for me to understand it. Right? There is a reason why these children are just gone. Children don't just disappear. The messages that are brings justice to the children. So I give you the story behind the photos so the children receive justice. I try to show you this. When I get a photo of the equipment that's so obvious, I pull it. What you see to the left-hand side is equipment I'm going to show you today. That's equipment I'm going to show you today. Many times it's not always crystal clear, right? And the ones that aren't crystal clear, that's what people use as an excuse. Oh my God, it's foggy. You can't see it, so it must not exist. I don't know what they're talking about. That's a bunch of crock of shit. Really? That is an excuse to stay away from the truth of what's going on here. What I'm showing you here in these eyeballs right here, this is what it looks like. This is underground. What I'm showing you here, this here is the equipment. This is the little chip. Whatever this is doing to the children, they're using, like I've shown this many times in cracking cases, this is what he has in his hand. This is part of the equipment. You see, what you see in these eyes, when I say, oh, here's a crater, she's got that thing in her eye. Right here is the same thing. So it may look differently in the other photo, but I'm telling you, this is what I'm seeing. Is this. This is the ultimate little piece that I just showed you. That's that ultimate little teeny piece that I just showed you. That's what I mean in her eye. I just showed this the other day. It shows in different ways, but it shows to me to tell you, when you see photos like this, pay attention. Pay attention and understand that this is what is going on. This is a pandemic. This is what they're doing. And you're not seeing things. You are not. Because this is what they're showing. This. All of this is equipment. And it goes back years and years and years of doing this. Nobody is stopping, and nobody is even talking about it. Makes no sense. Makes no sense that it's not being talked about. Welcome in, you guys. This is today's presentation. This is it. I'm going backwards. Much of what I've been showing you in the last couple weeks has gone backwards in time. And the reason being is because I want to keep showing what I've always shown. And I also want to show you that what I am showing you hasn't changed in over 2 years. That this information is staying consistent. And when I say that, it's really important that you guys know it's staying consistent. It's part of getting the truth out there. It's part of showing you I'm not changing with the wind. I'm not changing every time, a YouTube creator decides to come up with a new storyboard and wants us to go in a different direction and tries really hard to push you guys there, and people follow them. They follow. And you have to think about that. Think about it before you jump in the wagon and just follow someone and what they're talking about. First question, if it makes any difference to the children. Is this conversation going to bring justice to the children? 99.9% of the time, the answer is no. No. Because the channels are bringing in drama and they're taking topics that we've talked about before and bringing in drama on top of it. For example, they'll bring up again Jody Sue Brown's scream and then talk about it for 2 hours. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, because what really will help bring justice is showing you the information that keeps repeating. And those are the elements in which the children see. There's a main player. The main player, which I call the keymaster, holds the keys. Just like what you see here with this guy holding the keys. When you see letters, when you see numbers, when you see elements that are appearing on the video, this is called, there's a deep fake. And that means that this information is hiding beneath the video that it was intended to show you. So this video is about them showing you something with, I don't know, something with wrestling or something like that. Fighting or whatever it is, tango, I don't know. Underneath it is information that tells you that this is part of a cult, that this is part of the Summer Moon Wells. This goes all the way back to Amber Alert, Amber Hagerman. Amber Hagerman had these same letters. She had these same, this looks like, let me show you, kind of comes out like a ladder, but there's letters on them each time. Let me show you. Summer has her own letters, and this here throughout the video changes. So what that's saying is this here is what I try to give a reading on. I look at it and I look to see what it's saying. And then you see the heart. And then I see the letters changing. This is stuff and information that is hidden under the deep fake that speaks to the deep dark web, gives information in order for them to continue doing what they're doing, which makes billions of dollars. It's coded. Shirts in videos and letters on video in videos on shirts don't change. Those that are coding and changing information in order to speak to the deep dark web changes. So you're not seeing things at all. Your eye is just becoming more aware of it. You're seeing exactly what they're trying to hide from the average person who's not on the deep dark web. This number 5 key has been consistent. That's what it looks like. This guy holds the keys. This guy to me looks like an Andrew Hilt. I don't know who Andrew Hilt is, but he looks like an Andrew Hilt. I'm not saying it's Andrew Hilt we know. Thank you for all those ones. Someone who looks like him. Holds keys to the doors, beneath the earth, beneath your feet. This is something that looks familiar to anyone who's been watching my videos. In the last video, I really wanted to show you guys that in my last few videos, I've been saying this for a long time now. Heads on platters, heads in baskets, head in a basket, head in a box, it's in a cylinder, the head's in a cylinder. Well, this here is what it looks like. It's what it looks like from how I see it. This is a company that's making cement stucco, using stucco and cement and all that stuff because their containers all say stucco on it. This to me is a sacrifice. This is underground. Cement is used. Bricks are used. Construction material and equipment that you use for construction, just like Don Wells has, is what's going on here. This reminds me of when Don said the day that his daughter went missing, the worker made a mess in the house. He dropped all of the, what do you call it? It wasn't cement. He called the mud. Like he made a mess. And I think that what was dropped and what they're doing in there is they're using it as part of the sacrifice. They're using it as part of their story, the resurrection. The stories all go together. Don Wells' life and Don Wells' videos and Candace Wells' videos and all of that showed it. You guys, it's not like this shit is new. It's stuff that was introduced to us day one of Summer Moon Wells. Day one. It's not new that we're looking at cement and all this crap. He is the one who introduced this to us. Whatever they're putting around these doors takes cement, takes bricks, takes tubing. That's what you're looking at. This is the machine that's holding that. It's going up and down. This thing goes up and down. It's in Don Wells' window, right? That thing right there is what's in here. That's what it's holding. Over and over and over. Construction, you guys, cement, bricks, was anything that was introduced to us the day that we met Summer Moon Wells tells the story. The story was planted, the elements were planted in your brains as perfectly as they wanted it to be. They're the ones who planted those images. You're looking at what they showed us day one, because this is the deep fake. because beneath this is Summer Moon Wells' story. That little thing in the middle, those things on the side, all of that information that they didn't want you to look at, right on the sides. Let me show you. The only reason I'm able to show this to you is because I went within the video and captured the information that's under the deep fake. I know what to look at and look for. Why? Because I've been shown it. I told you it's layers upon layers. They do something with the heads. So here, it's his construction that no one wanted to talk about, no matter what you see in the middle. What you see in the middle coming out of the fucking middle of his construction is what's underneath the video. It's Summer Moon Wells. This is what is on the bars. This is what was shown to us day number 1. We have Summer Moon in the bars. Day number 1, they showed us the construction. They showed us the cement. They showed us the bricks. They showed us the heads. So anyone that thinks that this story is far-fetched, it's not. It's the story that they put out there. What is the difference between this and what I am showing you here? Nothing. Those are telling this story. It's in the cement. They're doing something with the bricks. This is connected to the story they've always been telling us. See that red little brick? It's broken there. Those are the bricks that keep showing up. And Ryan's telling truth. Whatever it is story. You guys? The bricks, the bricks. So, what I'm showing here is only an extension of this. It's an extension. When Don Wells says he dropped it all over the floor, I see this. I see that this is part of whatever they believe to be okay. And the children only know from childlike images. So when they use, I call quote unquote critters, the children are being recognized as such. This is what Summer Moon Wells looks like to them within the purpose of their resurrection. I showed these pictures to you guys just yesterday. This is part of the story that must be told in order to get justice, because whoever they're gonna throw in jail for the Idaho 4 isn't going to tell this part of the story unless they decide to and they get protection. But this hasn't changed because the elements don't change. This stays the way it is, right? They're telling you that body parts and people are placed within these mix masters. This is part of what they do. Just because we see this hand, this is why it's true. Because it shows it to you guys. It's showing it so I could show you. This video, you guys, I don't know how long I showed it, but how many, maybe a year plus ago. This room during the video that I showed has the elements, and this here, wait, these pieces here and these heads, they are presented all different ways, right? With the different YouTube creators that I watch. Who had this stuff very clearly was Scott Scholes, the artist. I'm bringing these up because I know that I haven't brought this stuff up. I brought the elements up, but not the channels. And sometimes it's important to show the channels so you're aware and you guys learn how to listen and watch with your own eyes and ears, and trust yourself when you see something. Trust your own gut feeling and don't wait for someone to tell you what to think. And don't wait for someone to tell you what you're looking at, because you will believe them. It's factual because that's what's happening. Someone will say to you, as we see this here and we see an animal face in here, they'll be like, that's a rock. You don't see an animal face. It's not an animal face. It's just a freaking rock with a dot on it. You'll believe them. It isn't. This is a Summer Moon Wells element, and it's shown over and over and over, and that's an animal face. And this is cement. Just like how Scott shows in all of his videos when he's painting the same information. His information shows everything that is done to the victims. To the victims. He shows it. He shows it very clearly. These pins, he shows it. So when you're looking at these videos and you say, wow, look at his hand. It looks like the fingers that Lori was talking about. They are. Because these particular videos that are actually talking about summer, this whole video is on summer. The hands, the eyes, the head, the fingers, whatever body parts, he shows them. He shows them in the way that the sacrifices and the resurrection show them. what I see, feel, and smell when I watch his videos, I feel a whole entire presence beneath him. A whole open, very dark dungeon beneath the ground. Beneath him. These hands are being raised above. Their hands are being used as the vehicle. Each finger and hand, they're different from each other. They're not the same. They're different. Different humans with the different pieces. That is what I feel. If you're painting, let me go to his actual page. You don't paint as if your hands are reaching up. As he paints, he's reaching up. The angle in which he's painting makes no sense if, in fact, he's painting forward and he's sitting in front of the canvas. None. Example. He's painting. There are very long fingers coming from below. Now, these fingers aren't attached to any sort of fucking hand. It's a finger coming up from below. All of this stuff and information that he has is from below. It doesn't make sense. His hands show just like the hands I'm showing you today in the Beeston Bunch. The story beneath his deep fake reeks of sacrifice. Reeks of sacrifice. This photo here, and I don't know why it's in here. So that's what's happening here. These fingers are coming up from underneath. That's how I see it. They're different hands. There's a lot going on here. Below the canvas are the little teeny critters. It's the critters that tell the story. And when I go through the videos, I do have a video on it. Let me blow this up a little bit. The little guys that are sitting in these little boats and they're moving, and each frame they move forward, and it's underneath his painting. Those little guys under there. Those are the little critters that I tell the story. And they don't change. Don't change. So that's what's beneath here. Now let me see, why is it that I have this in Scott's file. This is Ethan from Idaho 4. Not sure why this is showing to me right now. There must be a reason. So what I'm going to do is hold it. See, this was Ethan's telephone that he was holding in this picture to the left. Showed him like this, the Idaho 4. Just like that. He was sacrificed. He was sacrificed, you guys. He's sitting on the same thing that Summer Moon Wells. He's sitting on the same thing. Let me see this. This is Tim Mullen. This is Tim Mullen holding that like number 8. See that A? Now plunder. Oh. You guys, I took a photo out. Because I'm like, this makes no sense. I always say I should not take photos out. This is the piece that's going to fall into my story perfectly. This piece that Plunder has in her hand. Holy shit. Those are the critters. Oh my God, my face just got really hot. Plunder has it in her hand. Oh my God. You guys, I feel a tremendous amount of heat, because this is what my spirits do. This is what my presentation is on, is those things in the hands. See, next to the belly? She has one. This here are the critters. These are the critters that I'm showing you. They're on the pins. They're on the heads of the pins, you guys. This is really in the video. It's on the heads of these pins. And this here, the shape is, I had this in the presentation. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take that one out because it looks like a bag. It was with, see how that's the way it's shaped with the pins? Plunder shows it really well. Wow. I would never have seen that. These sticks are going through the victim's fingers. Scott's video shows me the importance that we understand that these are just like this that Enan from Idaho 4 shows. These are the sticks that go through you. He shows it here and he shows it in the fire. So I stick with the elements because the elements are what stay consistent. It will show differently on different channels because it's in different situations, but they all are using the same elements. They're using these sticks that are going through the fingers. Let me make this smaller. It's what it is. And I can't stop the truth from showing. I can't. And this is the truth. This is the truth. Right here. This. The Beast and Bunch, whose stuff I've been focusing in on. And the reason I focus in, this is a really fabulous image that comes from their video. You guys may think that this looks familiar is because this is how Summer Moon looks. Have fun. This is how Summer Moon's box looks. This is very familiar. Summer Moon wound up in a situation with the white poles, just like this, with the critters following around her. This comes from the Beaston's video that I just played with. And images seem to change. So this is the same as this. This is I told you, is her memory box. It has all those critters. This is someone who's getting ready for the memory box. This is someone that's in the basement somewhere, in these walls that hold this stuff, surrounded by those poles and the critters. That's what you're looking at, you guys. This is the story of the children. There's no reason that this should be in the Beast and Bunch video. What the fuck? There's some pictures that really do show. But let me tell you something. It's Summer Moon Wells. This is Summer. This is a Summer Moon Wells as a child. This is what it looks like when you see her in the poles. You are correct, you guys. I'm reading your side talk, which is great. I love when you guys do that. You're right. You can't stop it from happening. You can't stop the conversation and the spirits from showing. You can't. Kylie Rodney has the same thing. Yes, the Idaho 4 have the same thing. I showed this to you guys in the pyramid the other day. I said this pyramid is what it looks like. And I said it summed everything up, remember? Because it's like this. They have things like this. They have these poles. You can't stop it from showing. And this is the part that whoever did this didn't think through. Didn't think that this information was going to show. This is from Ernie. I said this is her head in these poles. I said, here's a picture of Summer. What's the difference? That picture is hidden beneath Summer Moon Wells's photo in the car. That's what's underneath it, you guys. Shay's Safe Place had it. That is what's underneath the photo. So when it shows what's in the smaller corner, that's what you look at. I think this is Ernie's. Summer. These are Summer Moon Wells' missing children. And this is stuff that just doesn't get recognized. And this is why it keeps showing itself to me, because their story wants to be told. I'm like a broken record. It's like a broken record. I mean, here's Summer. This is her vigil. It's her vigil. There's Summer. Comes from the vigil. What you're looking at is what I just showed you in the cement. And there's Summer. Not that hard to see. But the one of her in the poles, let me see if I can find it here, is what this is. So this here, whose face is that turning into? This here that situation is what's under here. This here is the deep fake. That picture I have with her and all the poles, if I could. Here it is. And then maybe I could find a better one, but at least I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So they use this over this. And what you're looking at is the same thing. See all the critters? This is the same situation. No different. Well, the difference is different person, different child. But the story remains the same. You could look at any photos and they're all different. They're layered. This is what's in the layers. This is what's in Summer Moon's layers. This is what you're looking at. The truth. Summer Moon Wells is part of that truth, you guys. This is all of her story. Because these layers pop up that are showing of summer, but it's this story. This story. Change the color. So when you begin to go underneath the deep fake, this here is a layer of what's under Summer Moon. There's her heart in the white. There are all the little bones. That's summer. This is representative of summer. Just as this is. You will find all of the same information once you start unraveling this stuff. All those little critters are in there. As they are in here. And this comes from the Beeston Bunch. Does it matter it's a Beeston Bunch? No. But if you ever watch them and you're like, oh crap, I think I see something that looks like Summer's, you're seeing it. See all the little pieces on the bottom of, like right down here? These are her critters, and this is what shows up in every video. These little things, and they're all attached by the white strings. All attached. Here's her raccoony face. Here's her snake. Her little doggy. And this child shows it very well. This comes from the two little girls that were found in the barrels in like 30-degree weather or below zero weather. You take a look at their video and you take a look at what's on these children, they don't talk about it. I mean, if this is on them and it's not placed on them through deep fakes, I said when I looked at this video and I saw these children, I'm like, they were victims of sacrifices that the only reason they were still alive is because they stopped them. They found the two kids. Because what's around their neck is no different than what Summer Moon Wells shows. Summer is holding. She is holding right next to her the V, the 5, and her critters. That was shown to us the very first week we met Summer. Now it's shown to us all in here after her sacrifice. Whatever they showed to us in the beginning continue to show all the way through. All of these critters never stopped. The girl to the left has the same critters in her hair, on her shoulders, and she has the maroon V on her neck. Tim Mullen showed it the best. Hey guys, look at me. I'm Tim Mullen. I hold the A. I hold the whole fucking thing in my hand. That's Tim Mullen standing in front of a ginormous hole in the wall. What's being shown here can't be a coincidence. Or can it? He is showing the A that is shown in the people's hands that show sacrifice. This is the Beeston Bunch. That's what he has in his hand. There's no difference. It all stays the same. You know how much the kids that have gone through this horrific, whatever they want to call it, sacrifice, religion, ritual, that I'm showing Tim Mullen, like something about this they think is a joke. I think they think it's a joke because no one has recognized Tim Mullen. This is Tim Mullen. This is the Beeston Bunch. Why the fuck would they both be holding the same A? Like, I'm talking to law enforcement, like, use a little bit of common sense. Go with it. Just go with it. You have nothing to lose. If you keep doing it the same way, you're always going to get what you've always got, and that is zero. Zero. Go with it. Tim Mullen is right here. This is what the Beeston Bunch have in their hands throughout their video. Right there. And then there's what you see on the left-hand side. I believe that they're doing something to these babies. And this just, again, clarifies to me that these unborn children are going through a horrific situation. And this is where they do take children. And this here tells me, let me brighten it up. What it's telling me is the story of Kylie Rodney. It's telling me the story of the Idaho 4. It's actually telling me the story of Summer Moon. They all had a baby with them. They all had a baby. They have to have a baby. They have to have a baby. Look at the stick. She's leaning against something and there's something in her hand. She's sitting in something. See, around, look down by the waist. Kylie Rodney had a baby. That's what comes through. That's what comes through my mouth. It just comes out that she had a baby. And they all know that she had a baby. And the situation I showed the other day to the right is part of what goes on here. And you see it to the left. It's the same thing. These children, these young children. You know who you are. You emailed me and you sent this photo. I'm like, oh my God, one of my subscribers. I'm like, you're not going to believe it. I have this photo that you just sent me going in the next live, which is right now. So that was a connection. So whoever sent that, I know who you are, but I don't know if you want me to say, Yeah, there's a connection with this guy from, not directly with him, with this guy's information that he's been showing only in the beginning. So if you have Enan Harsh's information from 2022, that's the information that holds solid. Knowing that I have been showing a lot of these faces and the clear pieces and so forth, I really wanted to go back to this photo because sometimes after months of being here and learning and having patience to try to understand this language over here, I guess. You may have seen this, when I first put it out the first time and been like, I don't see what she's talking about. But after showing months of clear things with fives and faces, you may now see and understand, like, what is this doing in his video? That's what's behind him. And that guy with the red hair, I don't like him. I think that if I were the law enforcement, I would check that shit out. I don't care if he was in the picture or if he wasn't in the picture. If this was placed in the picture, it doesn't fucking matter. Whoever is in this photo, I don't like. I don't. So I go by my feeling. And then, of course, you have the elements surrounding him. That's what I don't like. I don't like it. And let me explain it further. When I don't like something, like what I'm doing right now is just staring at it like I'm asking myself, like, who are you? So whoever this is, if this is the person that needs to come forward, looks like him. And this portion of the clear thing with the face is exactly the cylinder type information that surrounds Summer to the left hand side. That's Summer. That was Summer in one of Candace's videos, one of her TikToks, right? Summer Moon Wells was many different children. She's not just one child. Summer Moon here is a summer moon that wants to be noticed, right? Our summer moon that we know of doesn't look like that, and no one gives a shit. I could sit here and be like, show you someone with completely looks different and looks 10 years older, and no one does anything. I'm not talking about my subscribers. You're all great. This is a summer moon missing child that's asking for justice. There's her heart. See? The picture in Enan's, that little thing has the heart on it. Like it's what we're looking at. I put this together because, let me crop his face out. Because what I'm telling you is this is significant. This here is significant to the children because they know of this. See? They know of this. That's That's where the heart goes. There's always a heart. They know of this. There's the A in the front. The larger I make it, the better it is. See? Now, when I say A, let me see if I change the color. And I'm pretty damn sure that if you lined up those stars would probably match up to summer moon stars. Let's see. So I changed the coloring in Enan's. There's your A. I just changed the coloring so you guys could see. So when I say A, and I'm like, yep, Tim Mullen has that A. He does. That's this A that is in everything. So this matches up. Not like I say, oh, there's a W, or oh, look at that, I shouldn't say F because F's a big one. So this is the A here. This is Tim Mullen. It's a big deal. Yes, they're like summer moon's lights. Let's see, summer. I don't know if I'm going to find a photo that quickly, but it's, you know who has that photo? Trev. Remember, I'm like always Trev. I'm like, that's the photo that matches her pictures. Let me see if I have it under Trev. Let me see here. Trev. Trev Carr. He has, it's actually his cover photo. I could probably get it from there. Let me see. Quicker than I can trying to find it. Let's see. YouTube. I'm going to see if I can get it. So I think it's his photo still. It's been that way for a long time, which is fine. Who cares, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I went to travel. No wonder. Okay, here are the dots. This is what I'm talking about. Whoops. All right, let me just screenshot. It's not going to be such a good one, but here are the dots. So you guys know what I'm talking about. When I see dots like this, like what you have in here, they're lights. And I have always said that it's the Christmas lights that are symbolic to each child. They're symbolic. So what I'm talking about, we're not going to get a good read from this, but what I like to do is take the lights of each child, and you guys could do this on your own spare time. It's like this. And then I try to see if it matches up. But what I'd have to do is turn and twist this thing. But these are the lights I'm talking about. Those are summer moon's lights. Yes, form of communication. Correct. This child to the right was in little girl, blonde hair. They're all blonde hair. They're all Summer Moon Wells children, and I'm trying hard to pull everything back to Michael Vaughn's, Robert Vaughn's blueprints, right? And his blueprints have that V, and this here is part of telling the story. See, this is very important, and this is painful. The V that you see on this child is the same V that you see here. And this child is leaning against a plexiglass. You see many of these photos which you can look at closer, and you'll recognize, you'll be like, how did I not see that before? And the reason you didn't see it before is because nobody told you to look. That is what I'm always talking about. So someone says, oh, look how beautiful, she's wearing a necklace, she's wearing a necklace, she's wearing a necklace. Let's talk about the necklace, necklace, necklace. All you're going to notice is her fucking necklace. What I'm telling you is when you look at these children, you need to notice that they're always pushing against a plexiglass. It's because they're surrounded in a box. They're in their own little place. So recognize those things. And like I say, don't let channels tell you what to recognize. Watch with no sound. The other hand has the equipment in it. You could see the arm and stuff, it's not normal, right? Because that is all, it's all like rock cement stuff. It's let me contrast it. Here I'm going to contrast it a little so you could, it's going to look a little weird, but you'll be able to see the dimension in which what's in her hand instead of it. See, she's against the, she's pushing, and that's what's in her other arm. And there's the green face. So don't let anybody tell you what to see. Look at the things that you know are hitting you. Look at the things that you know speak to you. This has always spoke to me, what this guy's doing next door to the Idaho 4 the night of. The night of. It's not like this was 7 years ago. These are the night of. These are the sticks. I show this too. It's the same sticks I show with the little pieces and the critters on the boat. The boat shows the same information. It's all about this. These are all different channels, but yet the same information. You have Michael Vaughn's story. You have the Delphi story. You have the Summer Moon Wells story. You have stories that were back in 2009. But yet these photos are telling the same information. Exactly the same information. There's no difference. Keep showing it. And I could tell you that Scott's videos are something that you guys should go look at from 2021. Just go 2 years back. You'll see things that you never noticed were there. And they are there. The reason no one picks this stuff up, even in the news, because the brain works that way. The brain isn't recognizing it because you are told not to. Why would you want to recognize or believe for 1 second that this could be on our news station talking about the Delphi case? You're not going to see it because you're not programmed to. That's why I don't stop doing what I'm doing. The more I educate, let me brighten this up. The more I educate those who are listening, you will start seeing it, knowing that it's really there. Yes, do I see it through my third eye? Yes. But there are times that it's really there because it's the truth. It's not like it's in my third eye and it doesn't exist anywhere in the universe. It's in my third eye because it exists in the universe and it's supposed to be shown. You know, when someone's a psychic and they say, oh, I see you're going to get a purple flower. Well, that's what it means. You're getting a purple flower. Well, when I say this is what I see, different people's hands and fingers from different humans, this is what they're showing. Thank you for those ones. That's what they're showing. Because it's part of the sacrifice. It is showing sacrifice. It's showing fingers of different humans with different people. It's showing babies. It's showing parts, and then other parts are not there at all. See? The closer you get inside these photos, the more you're going to see. It's like a never-ending hole of information. They want you to get lost in it so you get confused. That is why I stick to my elements. These are my elements. They're all in here. And they all show up the same way. They all show up as mesh, as cement. But it's there. To the right is from a Molly Golightly video. This video has someone in the back seat whose hands are on, to me, a finger cutter in the back seat, right there. And there's your number 5. This is part of the equipment that you hold. I just showed it. Oh, I just showed it in this thing. That number 5 that she's holding, it's the same thing as, let me turn it. This is in this dude's hand. What you see here is the same thing as this guy. Weird looking, right? There you go. And one of the things that you could look at to know that if you're seeing it correctly, let me blow this one up, is there's usually one finger that stands out and it has a pointy, either a pointy nail. Most of the time, it's not in here. Most of the time that pointed nail is black. But in here I don't see that it's black. But that's what it looks like. And this is supposed to be a child in the back seat. Yeah, Rumpel, the fives are hard because the fives turn into, like, you could see a five, you could see a face, like it plays with your mind. These two fingers, whatever these are doing here is, where's my drink? Oh my God. Wait, my throat gets so dry. My water. I have the best shake thing in there. It's actually a pre-workout thing, but it's very yummy. And I'm not going to work out. So look at their fingers. That looks so much like an Andrew Hilt. So again, it doesn't mean it's him. It just means that it's someone who looks familiar. See, this is what's going on with the fingers over here. Same thing that's going on in Robert Vaughn's. Those fingers. And then if you look in the smaller one, here comes the maroon stuff. But those fingers are these. I'm really trying to bring everything to show you back to Robert Vaughn. And these guys show the exact same information. Benny Keys always showed it in his fingers. The Beast and Bunch show it as well. Just notice it. You'll look at it like you'll think that you don't see anything, but it's there. So your eyes are not playing tricks on you. Just stop the video, take a screenshot, open it up, and you'll be like, yeah, that's a finger through, I don't know what, through one of the elements. But, I mean, it's right there. It's right there. You can't hide the fact that it's right there. Right? And that is the same thing that is over here. I want to turn it back. That's the same situation that I just showed you in all these other hands. Benny Keys had it all the time. These. So you're seeing the truth, and it's all about this little girl. And this little girl showed us all these small little bits of information the day that we all met her. And it wasn't being listened to. It wasn't getting the attention that it needed to bring justice, because they're not going to find all these children. And that's not what's going to bring justice. You know, when they say, oh, we'll find her body and they'll be at peace. No. They need you to speak up to be at peace. They need you to drop your guard and talk about why every child that has been covered under the same umbrella of Got Gone kids looks the same. That's what they want you to talk about. Like, each one of them looks the same. This is summer. You guys? This is exactly what she's supposed to look like. That's her little box. That is her V on her neck. Every child has their own V. They have their own box. Just like this. What do you think I was showing you over here? This is a little girl that she won't get justice. But if in fact no one wants to even like close to this, just question, why does everything look the same? Why are their feet always the same? Why does it look like a V? Why is there a white box? And why is the V around the neck? It's all the same. So if in fact they don't want to hear anything else, why is all of this information consistently showing up? Why are the wells underground always showing up? Why are there bricks? Why is there plaster? They're not on a swing in the backyard. They're being dropped down into the ground. Just like that. Just question, spend a day asking, why the fuck does this shit look like this? These are channels that get millions of views. And you're telling me nobody sees this? I think that is so interesting. I think it is so interesting that these could be photos across a YouTube channel that gets millions of views. And no one sees it. No one sees it. That is so interesting to me. This is what's in the phone, and notice the child's fingers. So what's in the phone, and those are her fingers. There's another hand there. There's two sets of hands. Two sets of hands. And you have the machine and all the information inside the phone. That's what the inside the phone is showing, the story. It's more of the equipment. Here, she's showing the critters. This photo happens to be showing the green, the maroon, the white critter boxes. They're green, they're maroon, and they're white. So this, again, is something, an image that's pretty damn good, that I have many images of. And I would ask, how is it that this could be popping out of the phone? Like, it's like not it's like 3D. But this is a huge part of Summer Moon Wells. These pieces. Right here. These are the little boxes. So my question is, just question it. Like, why would that be there? It's the same information that I've been showing. So it matches the information for the last 2+ years. These are the little boxes. And they're on those poles. Those are poles that go across. What I am saying to you is what you're looking at. What you're looking at here is no different than someone walking around showing this. You see, these little things is what's back here. Follow the elements. See that? You see how this and Summer Moon's box of goodies that comes from Candace. Whoops. There's no difference between this stuff and this stuff. This is the Beeston Bunch. This is Candace. They match because they are the same sacrifices. The same elements are in the same sacrifices with the same people. Summer Moon's videos, Summer Moon's information is getting stronger and stronger. You take these little pieces, oh, here's the smile, of her box, you guys. So I just saw that smile. Look at this. You've seen this stuff, you guys, in all of her videos. Especially the doggies and the snakes and the smiley face. All of this. It's right here. When you watch these guys' videos, go and you videotape it, go to the bottom strip and look at the information that the bottom strip offers you. It is information that's not in the video anywhere. So like, for instance, this here, the way she has the maroon wrapped around her. Now, I see many, many different girls in this. The girls never stay the same in these videos. See what they wrap that around them. That's the maroon stuff. I don't know what it is, but these girls' faces and his face just never stay the same. Never. I'm not going to go through this because I never pulled it. It's the sand information. I don't want to go in that direction right now. Again, equipment all over the video. Michael Vaughn, his videos, I'm showing this again. His videos are pretty significant and they show a shitload. I may spend a whole nother day on him, a different one, because every time I go back to Michael Vaughn's stuff, just blows my mind how it's not being seen. Michael Vaughn is with Summer. I believe they went together. And this here is such an indicator. And it's hanging on one of his big posters. And then it's like it hangs in some of the photos of this poster, and then sometimes it doesn't. But Michael Vaughn needs a little attention from my channel. I could feel it. You know, these babies are getting a lot of attention here, which they need to, because these are the babies that represent every one of the victims that are here for justice. They're here. These babies don't have names. They don't exist in many parts of the world. I get this stuff from the Beeston Bunch, the Kent family. It's not about them. They don't say anything. I don't know if they know this stuff is under their videos, but I've tried like 2 years ago, and I just don't. In time, maybe they will recognize. But it's just shown this way because these are the babies that are looking for justice. And the babies are very, very, very big part of what's going on here. The babies are. And this stuff's not stopping. This is Summer Moon Wells was a baby. Summer Moon Wells was a teen. Summer Moon Wells was a 4-year-old. Summer Moon Wells was an embryo. I mean, they're all different ages. And this is the only way that justice is coming to them, is by showing what's going on here, by showing the equipment that isn't being talked about, by showing this. Sometimes you get a little piece of information that shows the equipment the best that we're going to get. And the equipment is attached to both the victims and the ones doing the victimizing. This here is the white stuff, the white meshy stuff that goes on the bodies. It's right there. That's her face. That's her face. It's her neck. That's equipment. You wouldn't have seen that unless I pointed it out to you. You would think that that was her hair across her face. It's not. That's her face covered. This is a victim. You have seen those before. Welcome to the jugs. That is what was in the car with, let's say, the fake car with Summer. That is what's with Michael Vaughn behind him in the news station. Those are the jugs. Those are the jugs. Michael Vaughan had the same milk jugs. Those were in the Beast and Bunch videos when they come home. Oh, look at that. Here's Ernie's. Same thing. This one is Ernie's. These are important. These are elements that are in these guys' videos. Let me brighten it up. Let me see what's down here. This is Ernie's. I just want to see what's in the corner. See? These are all Ernie's. I've just been showing these things, man, for a long time. That one. Let me get a different milk jug. Carpix. Okay. Here we go. So each one of these, I don't know which one this is. Oh God, Carpix. All of these look, each one of these always look different. This one looks so weird. It's going to take too long. Well, these are the jugs. That's all I could say. I just don't... oh my God, it keeps going back to Ernie. I'm not even asking for Ernie's shit. Getting a mind of its own here. So that's what's right there, you guys. And when I say that they're behind a plexiglass and the information comes from a box of plexiglass, this is basically what I'm talking about. What you're looking at here, even though it's looking really weird, it's very interesting because, let me see if I could reset this thing. Reset. Oh, maybe. So this box is no different than any of the other boxes that we're talking about that represent the victim. This is the Beast and Bunch. In the box is the face with the mask. And you also have the fish and the snake head right on the bottom of the box. Right? The snake and the fish head are a part of Summer Moon every time we look at her stuff. It's even in the box that she has that I just showed you today. Grab her box. I mean, what, you know, you guys, I don't know if you see the snake. I have to point it out. I shouldn't assume that you guys see the snake and the fish head. Wait. Look at that, how Summers is showing an F, an E. Wow. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Here's this box here is basically this box. That's your snake head, that's bright white. And then you have raccoon faces, you have the fish face down here, the dog, all these different things. And that's what is going on here. Whoever this is about, that's their box. This guy's hand, this is what they show, and it's funny that there's a hat back there. And there's like, I look at the small details, like, of what they offer, right? So, and then I give you my reading. This picture here is showing the hand with the rope and the mesh. The hat, and that lock. So when I see things, most people wouldn't pick that lock up, but I do, because I know that these boxes are closed and locked. So what this tells me is whoever is in that box, that hat belongs to that person. And whatever's going on here, this spiritually, the person is in here. And I don't know what's going on in there, but that's what I see. And the box in the phone, I'll show you the phone. This is what it's showing in the phone. Now I see why I put these together. So if you look at that, that's not a normal room. It's not. It's not a room. It's their boxes. I mean, this is what the rooms look like. This is what it looks like. Always look inside the phones, you guys. Always look at the information in that phone. The guy that's showing that hat, I don't know why this is down this way. I believe this person was sacrificed. It's about this person. You see this? This is a different channel. I've never been on his channel before. This is a victim he's showing. Bolton? Does he have no left arm? What is going on here? I'm gonna have to, because the stories in these photos here are very intense. Whatever he's holding here in his hand, it's a bunch of people that are dead. Like he knows the story to all these people. Huh. Because this here are the ritual sacrifices for the resurrection. That's what I'm looking at. These are sacrifices for the resurrection. And this is how Summer Moon died too. And I don't know who this person is, and I have to look that up. This presentation today, you guys, each one of these presentations from now on, moving forward, are going to continually show and go back and forth, show what I showed a long time ago and what still stands today. Because I think the most important message that I could put out there right now is to show you that it's really there so you could see it. That you're to look at it and not look away from it. It's there. And the only way to see it is if you give yourself permission to see it. Right? Or else you're not going to see it. Because we're not programmed to. It's really uncomfortable to do it. To look at pictures like this and see something that you just don't want to know is there. And if we don't start looking and recognizing what's right in front of us, the generations upon generations, it's just going to get worse and worse. It is, you guys. It is, and it'll be our fault. We have to be stronger than whatever is happening here to our children. Look at this baby's hand. It's fucking serious. The only way is to recognize the truth and to just keep putting it out there. I don't know who these people are. I don't know who's putting this shit under there. But pictures like this, at the end of the day, are being allowed, and as if it's an everyday event. This is okay, like it's okay, this is an everyday event. What that's doing to to the children. So, on that note, oh, what's on her head here? Wait. I will call it a night. Let me see what's on her ears. Weird. See, there's so many different layers. Like, obviously that's not her. I'm going to call it a night. You guys, thank you very much for being here. Muffin Top, my amazing mod, all my subscribers, you guys did a great job in chat. I hope this makes a difference. I'm going to have to remark this because obviously we don't know what happened to the first version. Getting used to it. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great President's Day tomorrow. And that's it. Enjoy each other. Thank you to you. Thank you. All right. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.